first time this year in FIFA 08, we have a specific FIFA Interactive World Cup stadium where not only can you play on the PlayStation 3, but where the event will be played. So as we start to look at the guys playing here, and please, feel free to take a glance over here. When it comes to winning this event, it takes a couple of things. It takes some luck, which is very important, but more importantly, it takes some great moves and some great skill. And on the PlayStation 3 this year, gone are the days of a pre-canned animation that's the result of a single button press. What we wanted to get to on a next-generation football engine, powered by that PlayStation 3 Soul processor, was this notion of organic building block skill moves. The ability using the right stick very, very intuitively that could start with the very simplest of moves like body feints and step overs and then start to build on those organically, little bit by little bit, almost like atomic sequencing. So the end result is that you get to a point where you can do an almost infinite number of skill moves simply by using the right stick. Now, of course, the great part about that is that you can then represent yourself as you would see your stars on the weekend. But more importantly for us, we want to let you establish your own style. And when you're playing in the FIFA Interactive World Cup, you can then represent as yourself, not just as your stars. When we think about intelligent football, I talked a little bit just earlier about what authentic intelligent football means. I have a lot of people ask me the question, so how do you quantify that? What is intelligence? And it's a very, very complicated thing to answer. But if we think about simple maths and we look at 22 players on the pitch, using our next generation engine and the power of the PlayStation 3, every single player that you see there, all 22 players, are making 1,000 decisions a second. They're evaluating 1,000 options and making appropriate decisions accordingly. 60,000 decisions a minute per player on the pitch. It boggles my mind. It makes my brain hurt just thinking about it. But ultimately what it gives you is a level of intelligence that we've never ever seen before in a football game. It's a level of intelligence that just doesn't give you a decision-making power, but starts to let them evaluate what's going on in play through an opportunistic notion of threat maps. So opportunity versus threat. What you get as a result of that is this notion of emergent play. So as you play, the CPU both on your team and the opposing team is working with you and or against you to make sure they're adapting to your play as you move through the game. So while you're working on your skill moves, while you're working on your style, the CPU is actually working with you to learn and play and generate this new way of playing. Ultimately, when you think about 15,000 plays in a game, in nearly 600 teams making 1,000 decisions a second, what you get to is a level of authentic football where every single game you play is unique. So when we take that and we put that into the FIFA Interactive World Cup, the world's premier football tournament, we get to a level where we're very, very happy with what we've got. We're very, very happy to work with Sony and present this event, and we're very, very happy with FIFA 08. Thank you very much.